Hey, Sister Wives fans. It is kind of bizarre that Kody has done a complete 180 on his attitude about Meri, and I'm wondering if it is about money. Before we dive in, if you're not following us, please click subscribe. So if you're current on the real life lives of Kody Brown and his one wife and 3 ex-wives, and also current on season 19, you know that Christine Brown left him 3 years ago and didn't bother getting church permission to break off their spiritual marriage. Christine no longer considers herself part of the UAB, the United Apostolic, I have a hard time with that word, Brethren, which is an offshoot of Mormonism that endorses plural marriage. Janelle hasn't bothered with any of that, at least not that they've shown on Sister Wives, but Meri went to the UAB church to get a release. If you don't know about this, when you marry in the LDS church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, what the Mormons prefer to be called, they marry and seal the union. By having the marriage sealed, you will be married in the afterlife. In the case of offshoot UAB plural marriages, all the plural spouses can be sealed. So you'd be in polygamous heaven. So Kody would have been with all 4 of the wives, all in heaven, and the kids are all sealed to you too, if you believe in all that. So even though Kody legally divorced Meri in 2014, so he could legally marry Robyn and adopt her 3 children from her first marriage, he and Meri were still spiritually married and sealed. Meri revealed on a recent Sister Wives episode, she'd gone back to the UAB church to get a release from all that. Kody was not happy about her going to the church to ask for the release. He claims he no longer recognizes the UAB and he doesn't believe the church holds any authority over him anymore. Aside from that, though, he was pretty pleased that Meri finally left him, because Kody has been trying to get her to bug her off and go away for years. It's kind of funny. He's been wanting her to go. He hasn't wanted to be a real husband to Christine for a long time, yet he was annoyed that Christine dumped him, I think only because she blindsided him by putting all his crap in the garage, you know? Like, he knew he couldn't leave her, but I think he wanted her out of his life, but just not in the way she did it, you know? And Kody didn't want Janelle to leave him at all. He seems to still genuinely like spending time with her and sleeping with her. Kody really tried to get Janelle to stick with him. And if you didn't know, Janelle was the only wife still on the intimacy rotation aside from Robyn. He had quit doing the deed with Meri and Christine years before they left him. So in this Sunday's episode, Kody and Meri have a sit down in the aftermath of her getting a formal church release, ending their spiritual marriage. And Kody has done a complete 180 on his formerly nasty attitude with Meri. So my question is, what's driving it? And I'm wondering if it's about money. So before she and Kody talk, Meri does a Sister Wives little confessional in front of the cameras, and she's saying that she's in a really good place and she's feeling very peaceful about the end of their spiritual marriage now that she's got the release, but she says Kody doesn't seem at peace. And Meri said that he has said some really mean things to her. And yeah, I mean, we've seen him say some awful things on our TV screens. I just wonder if he has said worse things when the TLC cameras aren't there, or if he just saves the venom for when they're rolling, save the good stuff for the episodes. Meri said Kody has internal things he needs to work on. You gotta think that as big as his ego is, being dumped by 3 wives 3 years in a row is like having his manhood stomped on, just bang, bang, bang. 3 big kicks right in the family jewels. So obviously he's salty about that. So on Sunday, we're going to see the 2 exes sitting across the room from each other, him in a chair, her on a couch. And Kody says, where we are now is, I actually like you. Meri kind of rolls her eyes and then says, God's be praised. She's just kind of laughing. Kody laughs and says, I didn't for 6 years at all. And Meri said, I think it was more than that. Be honest with yourself. So Kody is only owing 6 years of despising her, and Meri thinks it was longer than that. We were all watching the show. I think we all know it was longer than 6 years. And Kody says no, and then he says, I don't know. And then he says it just moved from that to get to the right place. And later in the talk, Kody questions how they define themselves with each other from here, which is a very strange question. And Meri says, we're exes. And then she tells him, don't worry about me. And then she says she just wishes he knew what amazing person she is. And there's another part of the conversation basically where he's asking her to come spend Christmas because Robyn wants her there and says she's family. And Meri's like, we're nothing. No Christmas. And there's more to it. You'll see it Sunday, but it's just kind of laughable that he even thinks that she would show up for Christmas. Anyway, here's my thing. I wonder several things. I wonder if Kody asked to have this sit down with Meri for selfish reasons that I'll talk about in a second, or if production made them do it. I mean, I think the people making this show probably know that fans will be more likely to keep watching if they get to see Meri and Christine and Janelle in scenes making Kody and Robyn squirm uncomfortably, right? But I also wonder if Kody wanted to play nice with Meri publicly, saying how much he likes her now because she's the only wife not talking about taking him to court for money. Christine Brown already filed a lawsuit in court for current and back child support. Janelle's talking about getting a lawyer. She wants the money back she loaned him and Robyn for the down payment on their house. She also wants some back for her share of Coyote Pass. Meanwhile, Meri Brown has got her B&B, which is thriving. I just don't recall her mentioning looking to take Kody to court for some sort of financial payback. And she might be able to because she was married to him the longest and was his only other legal spouse. So I just wonder if Meri is getting the I like you treatment now from Kody because he wants to stay in her good graces best he can after treating her like garbage for so long, just because he doesn't want all three of his exes ganging up to take him to the cleaners. That's a spinoff I'd watch, Wrath of the Ex-Sister Wives. Hey, click subscribe for more Brown family drama and updates.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.